What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Turtles Love Pizza. This is our little mini series branching out from United Falling Podcast, where we talk about everything related to the Ninja Turtle movie franchise and the new comic book series, The Last Ronin. I'm Steven, and this is my co-host.
This is Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Steven? You ready? Next week, this probably won't get released for a while, but then next week is when they release the last issue of The Last Ronin.
Oh, yes, I know. And so it's like perfect timing that we're doing this.
I know, right?
But yeah, so that'll be issue 4 of a 5-arc series. So I don't know when the last one is supposed to release.
Oh, I thought it was a 4-arc series.
No, it's 5. I think it's 5. Yeah. So it's we're almost there, but not quite there yet.
All right.
But while we're waiting, we have I think we have 3. Is it 3 more movies? 4 more movies. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, then the animated, and then the 2 new ones, right?
Yep.
And then we're going to start going over the comic series, just talking about what we liked about The Last Ronin. But tonight, we are talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
What's the Secret of the Ooze?
There you go. Secret of the Ooze. So, what do you remember from your childhood about this film?
I remember watching this one in the theater too.
Okay.
It also came out around my birthday. I guess Ninja Turtles really like to just come out around my birthday. Maybe that's why I love them so much.
Yeah, probably. What about the cartoon? Did that one come out?
It'd been out. Oh no, the TMNT. I don't remember actually.
So they all came out in March so far. So I gotta double check the other ones. But okay, continue. Your birthday.
Yeah, I remember. I think this is the one I've watched the most. Because
Really?
as a kid, this was my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, as a kid.
Okay.
And
I like
watching,
how you emphasize that.
yeah, and watching it like again now, I can kind of see why, because it was a lot more like the cartoons were.
Okay.
Yeah, because
How so?
looking at it, like the character design, how they made the turtles go. Because like the first movie, they were pretty realistic. This one, they're a lot more cartoony. And then
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
dialogue and their actions are a lot more comical in this one than they were in the
Yeah.
first one.
It wasn't as
And
violent either.
yeah, it wasn't as violent. It wasn't as dark. It was definitely like lighter.
Yeah, and this one had no subtext, or I mean, there's no subplots, no additional character drama, no kids, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not like Danny.
Yeah. I mean, they had Kino, but Kino like could hold his own.
Yeah, and I kind of want to get into that in a little bit cuz yeah, Kino is kind of I don't know, undeveloped in a sense. But I think when you're a kid, he's like the perfect character to go, to root for cuz he's us pretty
I
much.
mean, Ernie Reyes Jr. was like the it actor at the time for me as a kid.
What else was he in?
Surf Ninjas.
Oh shoot. Okay, what else?
I don't know what else, but like Ninja Turtles 2 and Surf Ninjas were the 2 movies that I loved like a lot as a kid. And then also
Uh-huh.
like Three Ninjas.
Oh dude, he was in Sidekicks. Wasn't that
Oh
with
yeah, he was in Sidekicks with
okay.
Chuck Norris.
Oh wait, no. This is some TV show knockoff. Never mind. Never mind. We'll go back. And then I think there was something else that you mentioned that he was actually the stunt double for Donatello, right?
Yeah, in the first movie.
In the first movie. Dude, I'm on his I'm on his Wikipedia right now, and he was in kickboxing too. He had a
Yeah.
couple wins back in the day.
I remember he was in a movie with The Rock.
Oh yes, The Rundown.
Oh yeah. He was like the small little guy against The Rock, and The Rock's like, "What's this guy gonna do?" And then he beats the crap out of The Rock.
Yeah, I remember that. Dude, the rundown was good, man. That was a good movie back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah. So since you watched it more recent than I did, I watched it a couple days ago. When did you finish it?
Yes, or today actually.
Today? Okay, why don't you give us a quick plot description?
So it starts off with the turtles stopping a robbery. That was like my favorite scene as a kid was when Donatello did the with the clown. That was like the bouncy clown,
Oh
and then
yeah.
he like pokes the guy, and I just remember loving that as a kid. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, so they stop a robbery, and then they meet Kino
Mhm.
kind of inadvertently, and then they try to find their own place to live, and the Foot is back, and so Raphael like leaves them to kind of go infiltrate the Foot Clan, and
Mhm.
he gets captured. They also find out about the Ooze because of like the dandelions.
Yeah, dandelions.
And he's like, these are dandelions. I was like, all right, whatever. And then Shredder steals the scientist and creates Toka and Razor, which for me, it's like, how are the fiercest animals you're finding a wolf and a snapping turtle? Like,
Was it
will you just
wait, was it a wolf?
yeah,
Oh,
Toka
I
was
thought it was just a dog.
no, it's a wolf. But I'm like, did you
Oh,
just like
okay.
walk through the forest and like, oh look, there's a wolf, there's a snapping turtle. All right, we're good. Like you're
Wait,
the
are
Foot
there
Clan. Why can't you go to the zoo and like steal a tiger or something?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And apparently they were like cubs because they were like babies,
Yeah. So somewhere out there their parents are like trying to find them.
pretty much. So yeah,
But
yeah. He's like, "Look, give me the fiercest creatures you can find, wolf and snapping turtle." I'm like, that's not really the fiercest animals you can find.
dude, it
Like,
would have been I think it would have been cool if you had like a falcon.
yeah, that would have been cool. Like, there are a few other animals that you could probably find, like a snake,
Oh,
like a king cobra.
no. I don't think a snake would look as cool, but yeah. What were you saying? What was your other pick?
I don't remember.
Tiger is cool though. I think a tiger
Tiger.
would be awesome.
They did a tiger for like the CGI computer one.
They did?
Yeah, the 2012 one. They had a tiger bad
I
guy.
don't Oh, I thought they just had Bebop and Rocksteady.
No, I mean they were in there, but they had no.
They had
This
a
is like the
tiger?
cartoon one,
Okay, okay. I gotcha.
the TV series.
Oh, I gotcha. Because there is a tiger in the comic book as well. He
Yeah.
he leads like a mutant gang. So
So yeah, I'm sure they have plenty of animals to choose from.
yeah.
Uh, anyways, so they rescue Raph, they rescue the scientist, and they come up with an antidote, and then
Hmm.
they end up fighting them. End up at a Vanilla Ice concert, and then they have to like put the what fire extinguisher stuff down their throat,
Yep.
and then they start burping, and then they become like little baby animals,
Hmm.
and then Shredder oozes himself and becomes Super Shredder, aka Kevin Nash,
Hey, that
and
guy's a
then
wrestler, right?
yeah, he was a wrestler back in the day, and
Dang,
then
I didn't
Shredder
know.
just basically kills himself.
Yeah. But do you think, dude, I feel like it's a fake out anyways.
What?
Him killing himself? I don't think he dies.
Well, I mean, he didn't live
Yeah, I mean, he just fell asleep under a bunch of what is that? Just
under the
everything.
dock.
Yeah.
Like the dock collapses
Yeah.
and then it falls into the water.
Debris.
So I feel like he just drowned to death because he couldn't
Oh
like
yeah.
stretch out his muscles. He was like too heavy
Yeah.
to float, and all the wood was on top of him.
Yeah, that's true. But okay, that's a pretty good plot description of the film. I think okay, I'm just going to start asking you questions then. What did you think of the new April?
Um, she didn't have as much personality as like Judith Hogue did in the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
And just like looking at the Wikipedia,
Hmm.
according to Judith, like she wasn't approached to reprise the role because the producers thought she complained too much during the first movie about the shooting schedule and the amount of violence. Which,
Wow.
there was a lot of violence in the first one, especially if it's like for kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she may have had a point. It did become a lot more cartoonish violence in this one, though.
Yeah, 100%. There wasn't as much um like I don't know, direct killing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, so there were less lives lost in this film per se.
pretty much.
But yeah. What else is there?
What about Kino? Kino was like the new character.
Kino, you know what? Like he starts out really cool. Okay, he's just like this pizza delivery kid. He's going around and then at first he just wants to help out, you know. He's kind of got a big head over his shoulder, like he thinks he's hot, hot shit. And then so he sees this robbery happening at the beginning and he tries to stop it, but he's not enough. So the Ninja Turtles, they come in, they help him out. But like throughout the film, he's not very well developed. Like
He's kind of
he,
whiny.
yeah, he is. His voice is kind of annoying too. But yeah, it's kind of sad cuz he starts out like a really interesting kind of cool little kid to follow, as a young Asian American. That's someone we could have looked up to, and then throughout the film he kind of gets sidestepped by the Ninja Turtles, which makes sense cuz the movie is named Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
So, unfortunately, he's so sidestepped that at the end, I don't really understand. You remember when he's sitting with Splinter
yeah,
and they're meditating about something?
yeah.
What led him to that point?
Maybe what led him to that point.
I mean, how did he end up doing that? Because last I remembered, prior to him sitting with Splinter, was he just warned the Ninja Turtles that Raph was captured.
Yeah,
Is
and so
that it?
he was still with them though, and he wanted to go fight too, but like
Uh huh.
he's not a mutant. He has no powers.
Yeah.
They like made him they sidelined him, which he didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in and saves the day at the end though.
Yes. He wait. Is he so he kicks the ooze out of Shredder's
Shredder.
hand,
Yeah,
but Shredder still has like a mini canister that he
yeah.
held onto. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, what do you think about him? Like, what were your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. At first, he's kind of cool. Like when he's trying out for the foot and he's like beating up all those guys in succession. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I remember the fact that he was like fighting them like one after the other. Like
Yeah.
as soon as he knocks one out, another one stands up.
Yeah.
And then I do remember a kid like wondering like how real that bell thing was when Raphael comes in and like steals all the bells for him.
Dude, that was so cool.
He's like, "Is this enough?"
Yeah. I don't know.
But
I
yeah,
really like that.
I feel like in the third movie they should have kept him and like developed him a little bit more because like he was like the young brash kid, you know?
Yeah, and then see what he becomes. Maybe working with Casey Jones or something.
Yeah, because he's kind of like how Raphael was in the first movie.
Exactly, like kind of a hothead, full of
Yeah,
himself a little bit. Yeah, but I did kind of miss Casey Jones's humor. You know what I mean?
yeah, he was a great character.
Yeah, because there's not that much. I mean, there's a lot of humor in terms of the turtles, but there's not much in terms of the human story, which this film didn't have as much of. What I will say about like the new April is she's much easier on the eyes. No offense.
Oh wow.
I thought she was much more attractive, but at the same time, I completely agree with you. She has no character. She has no spunk. So Judith Hogue really had that liveliness to her.
Yeah,
So
and,
yeah,
and
I'd agree with
not
that.
it's not anything against the actress Paige Turco. Like they just
Yeah.
didn't write a good April.
And I don't think they wrote a good April for the next film either.
Yeah, I mean, April's just kind of there,
Yeah, I mean, we'll
unfortunately.
get into the next film later, but yeah, this one for sure. I feel like the first movie kind of did really well in developing each individual character's human character, but not the turtles. And then this one, they were like, okay, we need to spend more time with the turtles. So they took out the human characters, but they still didn't put that much development on the turtles.
I feel like they just try to make this like the cartoon. Like they
Yeah.
saw how profitable the first one was,
Uh huh.
and they're like, "Oh, we can capitalize on this, and let's make this more like the cartoon."
Yeah, that's true. And then like the other thing is two of the voice actors changed. I
Yeah,
don't know. I know Donatello you would notice, right?
yeah. Corey Feldman, he apparently had a drug possession charge, so
Oh,
kicked him
is that
out.
what it was?
Yeah,
Oh shoot. And then Raphael's voice changed too.
yeah. I forgot who Raphael's voice was.
The original guy, his name was like Josh Pace, and then the new guy was Laurie Faso. I'm looking it up right now. Laurie Faso, he did a few other voices, like Darkwing Duck. He played Warden Waddlesworth. I don't know what that is, but
I guess
yeah,
he's the
he.
person. You don't remember Darkwing Duck?
No, I do, but I don't remember all the characters.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess there was a prison or something. He doesn't
Yeah,
sound like he was one of the main characters.
yeah. So he's probably pretty much forgettable. But
Yeah, apparently, yeah, Rocksteady and Bebop were the characters they wanted to use,
mhm.
but Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird said no.
Really?
Yeah,
Why would they do that? Did they read the script and they're like, "This is terrible"?
yeah, they're probably like, this is not our vision.
Yeah, because you're right. This one is much more family friendly.
Yeah,
And then the score, the composer of the score is the same dude, but I don't think the soundtrack, not the original music, but like the motion picture soundtrack, I don't think it's as good as the first one.
yeah. I
I
mean, they
think Ice
definitely
Ice or
Vanilla Ice,
yeah, what was his song?
Go Ninja Go.
Yeah, I thought that one was dope when I was a kid, but I don't remember any of the other tracks.
Yeah, I mean,
Although I will, huh?
I really think a lot of this just was because the studio got involved.
Yeah,
Like the first one was
unfortunately.
basically an independent film,
Uh
and then
huh.
this one, the studio like jumped in, was like, "Hey, let's help you out. Let's double your budget and change some things around."
Yeah, and I mean they had a different director too.
Yeah,
Some dude named Michael Pressman, but the original one, I kind of missed the grit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's this grit that was in the original that really gave it. You actually felt for the city. So there's so many things that happened in the first film that when you see the second film, you're just like, wow, this is such a downgrade.
yeah,
But because in the first film, even the city is a character. You have the cops that are all involved, you have the newspapers, and you see the corruption within those. And
yeah. Like
then,
there's a sense of like of danger.
exactly. And you have a sense of scope too. Whereas this one, you don't really have that. And all you really have are still the turtles. And I don't know if that's enough to maintain the film, like the
Yeah.
interest. So I feel like we've dogged on it a bit, but like, what's your favorite part of the film?
My favorite part of the film is just the fun that they're having. Like I really liked when they found the lair.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was cool. Like it looked awesome.
What about your favorite fight scene? What was your favorite fight scene?
Still probably that first one in the like when they're in the toy shop and everything, and it's I
Yeah.
guess the mall. because he goes
You know,
behind like the pizza counter and like all the other stuff.
yeah. You know, my favorite part. You mentioned the when Donatello pretends to be the clown thing.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when Michelangelo grabs the sausages
Oh yeah.
and then pretends they're nunchucks. And then I don't know. Okay, I remember as a kid when you watch that final climax against Super Shredder.
Uh huh.
When I was a kid, I felt like that went on so long and it was an epic fight scene for some reason. And then, and then when I watched it, nothing happens.
Pretty much, they're just like yelling and like stop, and then eventually he kills himself.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so I remember when I was a kid, and then it was Toka and Razar or whatever you call them. I remember that fight scene went on for a long time, but especially when they're in that area where they're handing out the donuts.
Yeah.
I thought I thought the donut scene still worked perfectly because I was like, oh my god, when are the two mutants gonna find out? You know,
Yeah.
so I kind of felt the suspense leading up to it, but everything after that it was kind of like underwhelming. But yeah, I go back to the part that you talked about when what's his name, Kino.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed when he was trying out for the Foot Clan as well. I really enjoyed when they did that ninja bell thing. Or are they bells? Yeah, they're bells, right?
Yeah, the bells all over the dummy.
Yeah, I thought that was so awesome because that sounds like something a ninja would do. Which kind of brings me back to a point. How the Ninja Turtles are so freaking big. I feel like you could hear them coming from a mile. You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that they're Ninja Turtles. But okay, now I want to ask you about the subplot because the first movie there was a lot of subplots going on. You know what I mean? And they all had to do with, say, Leonardo versus Raphael, or April versus her boss, or the cops versus the media. Right? So there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on in that film. But in this one, this is kind of like a environmental, you know what I mean? Environmentally positive film.
Yeah.
So, what how did you feel about like that whole aspect of the TGRI and going back to clean it up and that whole subplot of Donatello finding out, "Oh, I guess we're not special." I mean, what did you think about all that?
I mean, it's interesting because like no one wants to be told they're an accident. You know, it's like, oh, I feel like there's a greater purpose behind my life and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
because I mean, like, you don't want to be told, hey, you were an accident. No one wanted you. You just kind of came along.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's some that's where they're trying to put a little bit emotional weight, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I mentioned this to you before, but when I was a kid, I remember that being longer and more poignant. But do you
It
think
feels
it's
like
just yeah.
it feels like everything you remember as a kid seems longer.
Do you think I was just adding stuff as I grew older?
I feel like you just didn't have patience.
Oh, really?
But yeah, this is dragging on forever. When is this gonna be over?
Why is he so sad? No, why would that be the case? Because I'm adding material, man.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, just in your head, you're building it up.
Yeah. Oh no, you know what it is? It's probably because I'm like I wanted to be a writer or whatever, so I'm just filling in the gaps because in my head I'm saying to myself, "This doesn't make sense. Let me
This is
add
what they
some
keep
sense
saying.
to it."
Probably.
Yeah, but I don't know. Um, yeah. What else like sticks out to you? What like okay, David Warner. He's a scientist.
Yeah, he was pretty stereotypical. I feel like they should have made him Baxter Stockman.
Oh, dude, that would be. But isn't Baxter Stockman normally black?
In the cartoon, he was white. So, and they were going more of the cartoon. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, how come? I don't remember that, but
In the
okay.
cartoon, he looks like a little mad scientist with this crazy blonde hair.
But doesn't he turn into a fly? Ah,
Yeah, he does eventually.
yeah, he turns into a fly. Okay, okay, I remember this dude. Yeah, that would be really interesting because his character kind of starts off a little shady. You remember that?
Yeah,
You don't know if you could trust him, and then at the end, he kind of shifts weight and becomes a good person.
yeah,
But at first, you seem like he's gonna try to hide all this. He's trying to hide what happened, kind of.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Did we hit all the points of the film?
Already? Let me think. So, what do you think about Vanilla Ice being in the film?
Dude, oh my god. I
Like,
remember as a kid, that was my actually that was my favorite scene when they started breaking it down dancing.
go ninja, go ninja, go.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That was so fun. Let me think. I think vanilla. Okay, okay, let me ask you. Let's say you're at a club, okay?
Uh huh.
You're dancing to, let's say this is the 90s, you're dancing to Vanilla Ice and a bunch of Ninja Turtles pop in. Is your first thought, oh my god, it's a show. Did we hire these people? Like, you remember the club owner? He's like, I don't remember hiring these dudes. Is is that your first reaction, or are you like the black guy who's like, dude, these guys are so cool. They're dressed so. This is so cool. Let's dance to it. Like, what's your thought, or do you run?
I would have been the club owner because like if giant turtles show up in your club, like you're not thinking, oh, this is like a real mutant ninja turtle. You're thinking more of, oh, like these guys are dressed up, they're doing a good job, like cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, you wouldn't panic though, because I mean, there's people that are fighting. They're fighting. They're pretty big monsters.
yeah,
They're not small.
yeah. I mean, they're not
Oh,
small, but like they're not huge either. Like looking at them in the movie, like they're not very tall. The ones that are taller
okay.
are Copa and Razor,
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, yeah, you're not scared of Toka and Razor though.
No, because I mean, look at them; they look pretty cartoonish, especially the wolf guy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, would I dance to Vanilla Ice? Okay, if I saw the Ninja Turtles breaking it down the way they did, I would definitely join in. Yeah, I would. I think I would.
I'm sure
I
you would
think
too.
yeah, I think that would be fun. But yeah. I mean, what else is there to say about this movie? Did you have fun watching it?
I did have fun watching it. I mean, it still felt like I just watched it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
So, you still had like the good vibes and everything pretty
yeah.
much.
I mean, it's like super nostalgic. It reminds me of childhood a lot. I mean, like I said before, this is the one that I watched the most, like over and over again.
Yeah, that's true. I never, when I think about it, I've never seen any of the Ninja Turtle movies in the theater. I always saw them on VHS, except
Really?
for the newest ones, the Michael Bay ones.
You didn't watch TMNT in the theater?
No, I didn't. You know where I saw it?
Where?
I borrowed it from you.
Oh, you borrowed it from me.
Yeah, we're talking about the cartoon one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I borrowed it from you. I remember we were in Baylor, and I asked you. I saw the DVD on your DVD stand, and I was like, "Dude, is this movie good? I haven't seen it." And you recommended it, so I actually, when we were in college, you did that a lot.
Oh yeah, I had a huge DVD collection back then.
Yeah, I used to go. I feel like I used to go to your place a lot, and then I would just go to your DVD stand And I'd be like, "Hey, how's this one?" And you'd say, "Oh, it's really good." And the one that always gets me is still Man on Fire, because after watching that, I fell in love with it.
Oh yeah, that's a great film.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched the yeah, I haven't seen any of them in theaters except for the crappy ones.
I think I watched TMNT in Waco actually.
Really?
Yeah, that one came out in 2007.
Oh, that's true. Well, wait, if that well, how did I borrow it from you then? Maybe you got it 2008 and I borrowed it from you senior year.
Maybe. I mean, I would have been in San Antonio then.
Hmm. That's weird. Okay, I got to think about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I borrowed it from you at one point or another cuz I didn't see it in theaters. But yeah, any more insight you want to add in regards to this particular film?
This one, not really. I mean, everything was just. I mean, the main focus was obviously the turtles becoming more cartoony, and then Kino, and we've talked a lot about Kino.
Yeah.
He was yeah, he was like us.
Yeah.
Like you watch the movie, and you're like, that's my guy. That's who I want to be. Like best
Exactly.
friend with the turtles, able to beat the crap out of the foot.
Yeah. Okay. I have one final question for you then.
Yeah,
Okay, if you could change anything in this film, what would it be?
change anything in this film.
Yeah.
I would change the tone because it was way too like light and comical.
Okay, if you're changing the tone, like give me an example. In what perspective? Maybe the action or is it the interactions between characters? What?
I think it's just like the turtles' attitudes. Like they're just way too slapstick. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
just
true.
goes off the wall.
I do remember as a kid, I really liked when they did the backflips.
Oh yeah,
And I definitely think that every time Splinter is in the film, he really raises it up humor wise. Because there's something about the straight, the straight comic character
yeah,
who doesn't mean to be funny, but is because everyone around him is ridiculous, but he's straight. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Okay, okay, I gotcha. So keep it on a like a darker scale, probably akin to the first film.
yeah, definitely. And if I could change anything else, it would probably be like more continuity. Like keep the same April because that kind of threw me off. I remember as a kid, I was like, "This isn't April."
Yeah, that's a good point, man. You know what? Like when we get into the Batman series,
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious how you felt about the changing of those characters as well.
that was weird to me too. Like for me, Michael Keaton was Batman.
Okay, yeah.
Like
We're
he was
going to have to talk, huh?
Yeah, he for me he was Batman, and then all of a sudden it's like, why is Val Kilmer Batman? Why is George Clooney Batman? Like, why does
Yeah,
Batman have nipples now? Like, it was weird.
I agree. But going back to the Turtles, if I were to change something, I would you know what? I agree with both your points. Number 1, the tone, and number 2, continuity. Now, the April thing, as I don't care as much about because I'm like, hey, there's a sexy lady, so that's beside the point. I think,
Steven, April's so sexy.
huh?
I'm like 6-year-old Steven is like April's so sexy.
No,
It's kind of weird.
I gotta tell you, man, I was, yeah, I was looking at the ladies back in the day, but I would say that the continuity amongst the turtles, because I feel like the dynamic was a little different in this film between all three, or all four actually. Michelangelo has always kind of been the wisecracker, so he's okay. But what I mean is kind of the Leonardo Raphael. They had some bickering in the film, but it wasn't like the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was definitely like not that tension between the two, especially like the authority. Like Leo is like the
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a
And
little bit of that because like in the sewer where they're trying to find the new house,
yeah,
um, he's like, we should be out there looking for the foot,
yeah,
and Leo's like, we need to find a new home, and then Raph just storms off. But that didn't really have like the same depth that it would have in the first film.
exactly. And you kind of miss that, you know what I mean? Because that's a big part of their character, and throughout all the comics and all the movies, there's always that tension, and without it, you kind of lose a bit of the character's soul.
Yeah,
So, and then my final my final thing about the continuity of characters is kind of Donatello in a sense. And this kind of this isn't in terms of the movie continuity because in the first film he wasn't really the smart one either. He was co-wisecracker.
yep,
But if you know anything about the Ninja Turtles throughout the comics and the cartoons, Donatello's always been the smartest one. And I was kind of hoping that in this film, when they brought up the TGRI and the whole origin thing, I was really hoping he would stand out a little more in this movie because he is the scientist. You know, he did a little computer hacking, I guess, but I feel like I expected more from him in this one.
yeah, I can see that.
And I mean, other than that, the movie is definitely a fun ride. There's no depth to it, but that's okay. Okay, so let me just ask you if you could rate it, or grade it, A, B, C, or let's do slices of pizza, okay?
Slices of pizza,
Yeah. So let's say five is the best and one is the worst. What would you rate this pizza or this film?
I'd give it a 3.
You give it three slices?
Yeah,
I think I'd give it a 2.5. Yeah. But you round it up, it's three. Let's just say three. We're both on three, so we can agree. This is a three sliced pizza.
pretty much, pretty solid at a 3.
Yeah. And then one other thing is one of the things I remember the most about this film is the beginning and how there's the montage of the pizza eating.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
definitely,
I remember looking at that pizza and just thinking to myself, "Oh, I want a slice of that New York style."
definitely.
And
Which
you
was
know
better than
what?
the product placement of the first movie.
Oh, wait, what was the product placement of the first movie? Was it
Wasn't it
Domino's?
like Domino's or Pizza Hut or something in the first movie?
Yeah. No, it was Domino's for sure because it had the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But this one was
Like you're in New York and like why are you eating Domino's?
yeah. Yeah. This is hardcore New York style pizza. And
Definitely.
it's beautiful. Like dude, we got to find a time to go to New York.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah. You know what would be really fun?
What?
Do you know if this movie was shot in New York?
This one?
Yeah, I don't know if it was shot in New York. But you know what I always wanted to do? Pick one of our favorite movies and then for a moment just go to all the highlighted spots where that movie was shot.
This was filmed in North Carolina.
Really? That
Yeah.
sucks cuz I don't want to go to North Carolina.
Dude, I wouldn't mind going.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, sure. But
Yeah,
hold on.
North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, it was North Carolina.
Well, they did
Okay.
film some in New York.
Huh?
They did film a little in New York because Jim Henson's Creature Shop is in New York.
Oh, I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, next movie that's coming up is what's the third one called? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Back in Time?
There's Turtles in Time. What was
Is
it?
it Hold on. We got to look this up. But
Did they even have it? Oh, there wasn't like a subheading to it. It's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
shut up. Are you serious?
Oh, the poster says the turtles are back in time. It's so
It's
cheesy.
Oh, you're right. It is just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So, everyone, while you still have time and if you have HBO Max, go check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and we'll talk to y'all a little later. Andrew, before we head out, any final comments before we go?
Um, Make sure that you eat pizza.
I can't tell you how beautiful those pizza slices were.
Seriously, I'm getting hungry now and I already had dinner.
Okay, hold on. Because before we go, I want to. Does the Wikipedia or anywhere say where that pizza was found or where they got that pizza?
It does not.
Because, oh my God, that is a place to visit, man. Okay, so for everyone out there, everyone's next goal is to, you know, book a trip to New York, grab some New York style pizza, and enjoy some Ninja Turtles. Except the next episode, they actually go to Japan. So maybe get some sushi on your pizza. I
Which
don't know.
happened in the cartoon, Sushi Pizza.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think it was like the very first episode they go to like Ninja Pizza.
Hold on, dude. You're blowing my mind. So this is the normal TV show
Yeah, this is the original cartoon.
back in the 80s or whatnot?
Yeah, the first episode they go to like Ninja Pizza, home of the nice slice.
Oh my gosh. You know, that's another thing that I miss. You remember on the first movie where they throw the pizza up and then Leonardo starts spinning his katanas and he
It's like
slices
it
the pizzas?
slices, it dices. Yeah,
Yeah. That's what they missed in this movie. They should have had something like that.
yeah.
But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in and we will talk to you in a couple months. Hopefully by that time the fourth issue of Last Ronin will be out and we will have watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. And that's it for now, folks.
All right, yeah. Stay safe out there and eat your pizza like a turtle.